right? And he literally whispered this to this person. And the moment he said that, Swami turned back and Swami asked that. And Swami said, open it, open it. So he opened it, and one of my lecturers, the former director of Radio Set, he used to walk behind Swami in the 90s. So one particular day when Swami was going around in Darshan, there was this one particular devotee who was very well dressed, and he was jumping and trying to catch Swami's attention with his letter. So being this person who was walking behind Swami, he was trying to ensure that that person doesn't pounce on Swami. So then he was like literally reading this letter in front of Swami. So finally Swami picked it up very casually and just gave it back to this person, to the person who was walking behind Swami, to keep it with the other letters. So he also put it in the bunch. And even as Swami passed that person, this person got up and caught this man's hand. Right? It's a very odd thing to do in darshan. He pulled his wrist and pulled him, and I said, what happened? He said, sir, please be careful with that envelope. It's got a draft for 20 lakhs. Right? And he literally whispered this to this person. And the moment he said that, Swami turned back and Swami asked for that envelope. So this man thought, okay, maybe Swami wants to keep it safely. Right? After all, so much money. Swami took that envelope and threw it back at that person and walked away. So this teacher of ours was seeing this sight. He said, yeah, it's understandable, because anybody who knows Swami good enough will know that Swami has nothing to do with money. So much later, the same day, this person was in the interview room with Swami, and another incident happened. Sorry, I forgot that. So even during that darshan, Swami picked up one letter from another devotee in the crowd, and Swami turned back to this man and gave it to him and said, keep this letter safely. Right? The 20 lakh was thrown, this particular letter was given, this envelope was given, and Swami said, keep this safely. So if you go back and see these old videos, people who used to walk behind Swami would have 4 pockets. Maybe priority, very important, okay, not so important. Swami's handkerchief, my handkerchief. Right? So he put it in that pocket of priority because Swami would ask for it later. So later in the interview room, Swami called him and Swami said, hey, where's that letter I gave you? So this lecturer pulled out this letter and Swami said, open it, open it. So he opened it and he found in it a counterfoil. I mean, if you go and make a deposit or a donation in the Central Trust office, they'll give you a counterfoil of that draft. So it was that. So he just looked at that, he said, Swami, somebody's made a donation and he's given the draft. Swami said, how much is it? So he looked at it, he said, Swami, 10 rupees. 10 rupees, okay? And then Swami said, read that letter. This person opened that letter and read it. It's a very, very simple man, probably some villager who maybe is very happy that his son got married, or his education of his son was done, but he had good rains, or whatever was the reason. He said, Swami, I just wanted to contribute something to Swami's trust, so I don't have any money to give. So he had written that, Swami, I skipped 2 meals so that I can save this 10 rupees and make this donation. Right? And Swami preserved that draft. And then Swami looked at this lecturer who was teaching in Swami's institute, and Swami said, this is the money I use. Such is the money with which I build my institutions, such is the money with which I pay salaries. It is through such love, devotion and sacrifice this entire place was built.